And looks like we're receiving.
All right. Hello and welcome to the Nightmare Fuel podcast. I'm Reese, and as always, being joined by Hagbard Celine.
Hello.
Will we have a Shibari chicken as our special guest. No.
Yes.
This is amazing. Welcome, Shibari Chicken, to the show.
Shibari chicken.
Shibari.
Is Shibari?
So racist.
Yes.
Everyone knows this is like the central hub of racism on the internet, apparently.
Yes, this is the whitest podcast. We may as well just call it that.
We're so the white cast. Oh my god. So just because we tease it so much, our special guest has actually been postponed till Thursday. Sorry guys.
Yeah.
Nothing could be helped.
Nothing we could do about that at all. Wish we could.
We're still not telling you faggots, but
yeah, you for
so you're
sure
just gonna have to put up with us today.
Yeah, you for sure still do not get to know.
Yeah, no. But what's been up with you, Hagbard?
Not a whole lot. Another day in paradise. I got in a stream earlier and got yelled at by Trigglypuff. That was fun.
Yeah, I couldn't make that. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a total trip. Trigglypuff and her lawyer and all that shit.
Oh yeah,
it's a fun bit though.
What did she say? No hate speech in Google Hangouts.
She said, "No, get your hate speech out of this stream." I believe, which was pretty funny in and of itself.
No hate speech on campus. No hate speech.
Yeah, I know. It hurts my throat thinking about it.
Just put an olive fork in my ears and take out the drums at this point.
And me.
I want to go through life the fate that Prince Humperdinck was going to get. Except, oh wait, no, he was still going to have his ears. Shit.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible. Just hear Trigglypuff for all time. Oh. Nightmare fuel.
Yeah,
podcast.
well, I'll tell you, it's a fun bit to watch go down, to watch the lawyer come in and call people what was it, Mr. Man. Mr. Man.
Oh yeah, I saw that interview. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
But yeah, what we do here is we watch shitty videos. And oh boy, do we have some shitty ones today.
Shitty videos like these.
Yeah, and everyone knows. I already teased it. We're gonna do Young Turks, and I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy that they exist.
But they are people, and they do exist.
Ugh, gross.
And just like so many others.
A Colorado judge has deemed Robert Louis Deere incompetent to stand.
Lovely girl.
Yeah, well, to be fair, they actually have a reason to talk about this story as opposed to last time we covered it.
Oh, come on. He's clearly a terrorist.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, at least he's like, there's something going forward in the case. It's not just them bringing it up.
Yeah, at least there's something new happening, and it's not just, oh, remember that guy, that old bearded man, and lived in a fucking shack in the woods? Yeah, that lived in a shack in the woods alone? Yeah, that guy? That totally mentally sound guy? Yeah.
Yeah, this to me is just a complete break. This actually might be the cringiest thing I've ever seen on their channel. It's just a complete breakdown of a conversation.
And yes, Rob, that's an accurate description. She does look like a Vegas strip whore.
How do you think she got her job?
That's what the makeup's for.
A Colorado judge has deemed Robert Louis Deere incompetent to stand trial. Now,
why? Because he's white? It's because he's white, ain't it?
Well, how did you know, Hagbard?
Because he's white. I know how this works.
It's almost like they make their agenda public or something.
It's almost like it's known. It's almost like it's so obvious.
Of course.
You don't remember who Robert Louis Deere is.
No, you guys don't hammer it down. No, he looks sane. That looks like a sane and competent man who should be held accountable for his actions in the fullest extent of the law. He's clearly rational.
Okay, so she's talking to the TYT audience. How could they not know who this person is?
That's what I'm saying. She doesn't hammer down on Robert Deere at every opportunity she possibly has.
It's like once a week this fucker comes up.
In case you guys forgot. In case you don't remember.
In case you forgot the new Dylan Roof.
Seriously, the new Dylan Roof. Dylan Roof 2.0.
This guy's even worse, because then they can be like, ooh, it must be Christian. See, we can hit a couple more birds.
Yeah.
in Colorado Springs,
Nice hair.
killing 3 individuals, including 1 police officer, and also injuring others. Now, during court proceedings, many things happened that led to the judge asking for a psychiatric evaluation.
Like that photo. That's pretty much all that I would need to be like, can we get a psych eval? This guy's pretty fucked up. I mean, he's clearly like he's looking at stuff that's not there. I mean, that's the first sign. When he's looking at stuff that's not there, there's a problem.
Hagbard, you don't understand, because clearly Dr. Crane came in and sprayed him with his gas, and it was just an excuse to get him to Arkham, okay?
Oh, well, there you go.
It's all an operation. Yes.
That adds up.
That's what's going on.
To determine whether or not he was competent enough to stand trial. And based on what 2 psychologists and 1 detective testified, the judge has decided, no, we need to send him to a psychiatric hospital where...
And why is that, Anna?
He will receive treatment, and then 90 days later, the hospital will reach back out to us and let us know whether or not he's made any improvement. And once he is competent to stand trial, he will. So
yeah, I just want.
Yeah.
So just to get this down right now, so like it's no excuse if they find out, okay, this guy's faking it or there's nothing wrong with him, okay, we're sending him back. And it's like a council of experts. You have detectives and psychologists. It's not just one guy. They're trying to paint it like, oh, this one judge said no, go get checked out.
Yeah, well, exactly. They don't seem to understand what all is entailed in an actual psych evaluation.
Let's hear Jank's bullshit.
I want to add real quick. The judge asked the psychiatrist to make that assessment, and then he looked at him and he said, oh, right, he's white, Christian, and a right-winger, so treatment it is. Okay, now Anna's going to give you the full details, and she doesn't exactly agree, okay?
Wow, is Anna showing dissent here?
Yes, that's what happens in this clip.
That's
and
kind
it's
of
really
impressive.
painful to watch. Yeah, I get the feeling a lot of people are gonna start fucking turning on him soon, because he's not even trying to hide it at this point. At least in like, I don't know, similar incidents, I could see Jank being a little more shifty about it. Here it's just like take it, it's right in your face.
Yeah, I've actually never been angry at Shank before, and now I want to hit him with a club.
It's like
he's just flat out saying it's because he's white.
Yes. Which is bigoted, but no, you could tell he was just waiting to pounce on that. Like, oh my god, yeah, Anna, yeah, that's great, tell us the information, I guess, but let's make this clear why this happened, because he was white, right wing, and Christian,
of course.
So he gets special evaluation treatment.
Yeah, that's how this works.
Privilege.
That's absolutely how this goes down. It's not like the United States government currently lists the #1 threat, as you guys are so quick to bring out when we talk about terrorism. The United States government lists right-wing separatists as the most dangerous threat to America right now. So to say that the government's ignoring them is an interesting standpoint to take.
And I mean that makes complete sense. A lot of these guys are anti-government to the point where, yeah, they probably will commit violence.
Well,
this is a really bad example.
They have
of it,
the guns.
This guy's clearly off his rocker.
Yeah, they have the guns. That's what a lot of people forget.
Oh yeah, like no one. I don't know what world you could possibly live in where it's like, yes, the government just turns a blind eye to right-wing anarchists. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, this has never happened.
I mean, they fucking shot one of the Bundy guys, and they weren't even doing shit. Do you really think they're going to let an actual terrorist right-wing cell pass?
Seriously.
Once you see the full details, I'll make my case again. Because there's no way that a black guy or a Muslim terrorist is going to get treated the same way as this terrorist did. That's what he is. He's a terrorist. He said he went to go terrorize people who were doing abortions, and he did, and he killed them.
Jank, we fucking agree.
Oh
yeah, he's a terrorist. Big fucking deal. You found one terrorist. Good for you.
Do you know the number of African Americans I've met that were in psych eval process? A lot. For all kinds of crimes, a whole list of crimes, some of which including rape, as a mental illness issue. But, of course, you don't want to talk about any of that. This is just how court proceedings work, Jank. Please stop being an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty standard to have a psych evaluation. It's not something that is uncommon.
No, not at all.
And he wanted to terrorize more of them for a political reason. That's what he did. But if you're
for a religious reason as well,
political and religious reason. But if you're a right-wing terrorist, oh my God, you must be crazy.
Okay.
If you're a Muslim terrorist, oh no, you did it for religion and political reasons. You're very dangerous. Put them away for life or execute them right away. White guy treatment. Tell us about the treatment.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys all the details.
Yeah, that's how that works. It's a white guy. He gets treatment.
I would love, there
might be something in the eyes of even the photograph you guys chose that should just shoot your own fucking narrative in the foot.
As the thumbnail to this video, they used his mugshot where he also looks like extremely...
Well, just look in the background. The background of this is technically his picture in soft focus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, they have that staring them in the face.
And they're like, he was insane. The only reason he got a psych evaluation is he's white. What?
But before I get to all of that, we do disagree to some extent, right? Because, I mean, I don't know if you agree with the judge's decision. I do agree with the judge's decision. I think that the judge is doing the right thing.
Disagree, Jank?
Whether the judge's decision is accurate or not. Now, this you might think is a funny thing to say, but I'll explain why.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's right or not, he's biased. Okay, and he doesn't even know that he's biased because you put a Muslim terrorist that killed 3 people in front of that judge. No way! He says, "Oh, let's give him treatment." Okay.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at Anna.
Yeah,
look
I know.
Her face.
She's hyping it big time. She's like,
that's just painful. As soon as she starts to voice dissent, he gets just louder and more bombastic. Oh, just misery. And I love this too. It's also a conspiracy theory. They're biased, but they just don't. But because you could probably prove they're not biased, it's they're not aware of it. They're not aware of how it's so ingrained. Their bias.
Yeah, exactly. And well, I like that Anna's the one who's like, this is really over the top. Really, this is over the top. I mean, even Anna goes, "Have you seen the fucking picture, Jank?" You can see that's what anyone would think. Any normal human being would be like, "Jank, dude, have you seen his picture? Did you see where he lived? Do you know if you're familiar with the defense for the Unabomber, where they actually picked his entire shack up, drove it across the country to the trial to show it to people to be like, seriously, would a sane person live here? Seriously, let's be honest. Let's just come in this house and tell me, would a sane human being live here?" And the answer is no.
I mean, find me this judge. I would bet the judge isn't even pro-life.
No, probably not.
How could Jank doesn't know anything about the judge. How can he make this claim? It's ridiculous. And I'm glad there's people on the staff calling him on his bullshit. The only bad thing about that is I think people are going to start getting fired and then get replaced with more yes men. Yeah,
exactly. It's insane.
I guarantee by the end of the year we're going to see one of the main staff gone.
You know what would be amazing? It would be amazing to see Anna on Dave Rubin's show.
That would be something. Yeah, sure.
I don't think she'll go on. Me neither, but it'd be great to see a bleed as people run away from this show and go to Dave Rubin's show. I think that'd be hilarious. Just because I know it would cause Jank to have minor aneurysms. I mean, really,
it'd be an extra fuck you to
Jank. It would for sure cause Jank to have little bitty tiny aneurysms. His eyes would go bloodshot red for 4 weeks.
Hell, Jimmy Dore went on the Rubin Report.
See what I'm saying? I mean, that's gotta get under his skin. It's just got to.
Oh yeah.
The answer is, Anna, maybe they should both get treatment because they're probably both crazy, but it depends on the case. Mm-hmm. But I don't trust these people to make decisions based outside of their own bias. And when I say they don't know their own bias, this is what I mean by it. It's not like they're like, oh, we hate the Muslims. Oh, I like white people. I'm going to say he should get treatment instead. No.
Oh, what a child.
Do you want me to show you the photographs we have of these people as opposed to this guy? Because we have some photos of before he was arrested too, and he looks just as crazy.
No, he's just playing it up.
Yeah,
and this is his pathetic cover of this. It's I'm not saying this guy shouldn't get treatment. I'm just saying everyone should get treatment. Because if someone doesn't, if some obviously just competent person doesn't get the treatment, well, then there's a bias.
All right, what else does he have to say?
No, they just assume like, oh, that guy looks like us. Wow.
He doesn't look like me. He looks completely out of his mind.
If you look like that guy, there's probably an issue.
Seriously.
He's crazy. Who would kill 3 people because of these crazy political religious reasons? That's crazy. No. Let's get him treatment. Mm-hmm. They see the same exact kind of terrorist, but he's brown and he's Muslim.
Oh my God. Wow, what?
The same exact kind.
Lack of self-awareness.
It's the same exact kind of terrorist.
It's like, it's so amazing because he does the exact same thing on the other side. He'll be like, oh, it couldn't. I don't understand what motivates Islamic terror. They must just be crazy.
Yeah.
It has nothing. It couldn't be. I mean, they are crazy.
Of course.
But, I mean, in
a
mental health sense, no, they are not for the most part. I mean, they do. They're fully aware of what they're doing.
Mind you, these are the same morons, and this is just a little thing I've noticed in pattern. I don't know if Jank in particular would do it, but these are the same morons who, as a method of, let's say, apologetics, especially for suicide bombing, will point out that the first suicide bombers weren't religious extremists. They were secularists. They were actually communists, if I remember correctly. And they were willing to die for their cause. You know what I'm saying? So this can be rationally come to. So if you believe, and let's rationalize this, that there's a Sky Daddy, and Sky Daddy want you blow up and come to heaven with him, and by doing that, you'll be doing the right thing morally, guess what? You might do it. You just might. If you believe it. It's all about what you believe. And I think, again, the problem is a lot of the West has forgotten what it is to believe like that.
Oh, yeah, it's been a long time. But it's amazing to me because he's claiming other people are biased. His bias comes through so strong here because, I mean, go back to any videos he's done on this. He said the Fort Hood shooter had mental health issues. He said all manner of things to the same effect on the other side to defend other people.
Yes.
And this guy, this Robert, whatever his face is obviously out of his mind. I'm amazed it's even a news story that they took him in for psych evaluation. Like, shouldn't that have been the first thing that happened?
Yes, you would imagine, but it's really not. I wish I could say something positive about that aspect, but it's completely shut out. In our incarceration facilities, you just go to. He probably has spent the entire time in general population, and if not, he spent time in a large, basically just a jail area that is segmented off for the crazies, and it's just known that they're a psych problem, so they just put him in the crazy hole.
Put him in the crazy.
Put him in the crazy hole.
That's not crazy. That guy's a terrorist.
That's not crazy.
Put him away for life. Execute him already. Let's be done with it. Right? Mm-hmm. They don't know that they have that bias. All right, but give us the details.
All right. Look, we don't.
Yeah, back to the actual story. Off my crazy rant that had nothing to do with anything.
Fuck. Look at her face. She desperately wishes he hadn't done that. She is actually embarrassed for him at this point.
What's funny is, like, the way he was talking about, like, Anna and I don't agree. I get the feeling they were talking about this story off air.
Absolutely.
Jank's
absolutely.
Jank was saying even more wild shit, and Anna's like, yeah, we can't really say that on the show, Jank.
Mm-hmm. You can tell that, I mean, I guarantee, not just before, but as soon as these fucking cameras cut, he went off. And he's the type. He's absolutely the type. I guarantee this studio doesn't allow cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee it. I mean, she's the only one with a cell phone.
When they first cut to Jank, he's like this little mischievous kid, like, I'm going to say it. Watch me go. Oh, I'm going to say it. I know you told me not to.
For real.
Oh, my God.
Presided over Muslim terrorists that I know about. Okay, so yes. I have no idea whether he has that bias. I think it's unfair to say that about him.
Yeah. The affluenza teen judge also. Well, you don't know for sure.
I know, but
she's looks like my kid. It looks like my kid. He's got affluenza. He's free to go.
Okay, so let me.
Actually, if you want to blame anyone for the affluenza case, 100% blame the lawyer. And I'm on many levels, but I mean, I appreciate the lawyer because that was genius. That was all you have to do is convince someone of something in the courtroom. That's all it is. It's essentially the ultimate confidence game.
Mm-hmm.
And all he did was lay out a very, very elegant and eloquent case about the fact that this child had been so segmented from reality that he didn't know what was happening and didn't know how to deal with reality, which is probably somewhat true. But again, that entire argument was him flipping the "this kid grew up on the streets, you have to treat him differently" narrative. He went from he didn't know what was expected of him to the other extreme of he didn't know what was expected of him. You know what I'm saying? It was a very interesting move for a lawyer. I'm not supporting it because obviously, I mean, there's a reason that got flipped, and fuck that. There's no affluenza. You break the law, you're an idiot. And again, there's no law in the books that says, "Oh, dude, I didn't know. It's not relevant.
It's funny because this is another really just terrible point. Like a completely unrelated case. They didn't give him a break at first, even because he was a white kid, and they look like my kid. He got a good lawyer because he was rich. Like if you want to blame anything, there you go.
Yeah, and it's the same
there's
with
an actual
O.J.
problem.
Simpson.
And you know what? Jank's probably against that. And then I'd be like, you know what, Jank, I agree with you. But instead, he has this whole conspiracy that it's all these white kids. It's like, yeah, I'm sure that affluenza guy, he really represented all white kids.
Yeah, exactly. Trailer park kids have no problem.
Let me give you the details, and then you guys can decide for yourselves, okay? So the Washington Post reports that Colorado 4th Judicial District Judge Gilbert Martinez decided that Deer will be sent to the Colorado Mental Health Institute at Pueblo for psychiatric treatment, okay? Attorneys had revealed in court filings that a court-ordered psychiatric evaluation found Deer to be incompetent, and mental health evaluators said during the April hearing that Deer suffers from delusions. A police detective said that Deer appeared lucid during his interviews and had said he did not want to claim insanity. Okay.
You know there's not a single insane person in the history of insanity pleas that pleads insanity on their own behalf, right?
They thought that he would just be like, yeah, I'm insane.
I'm fucking nuts, bro. Like, crazy people don't know they're crazy, Anna.
This guy, he said something to the effect of, like, he had a dream that partially inspired him, where he went up to heaven and he met all the slaughtered fetuses.
Yeah,
like, yeah, this sounds like a guy who's, he's fine.
Yeah, completely lucid. What the police officer
just expected
said.
him to be like, yeah, I'm crazy. Take me to the asylum now.
Yeah, exactly. Again, the problem is his non-clinical use of the word lucid being applied in the clinical sense. In one sense, I'm certain he was lucid insofar as when you asked him a question, he answered it in a somewhat direct or understandable manner. It doesn't mean he made sense. It just means that he didn't go and stare off into the distance without acknowledging reality. That's non-lucid. That's called catatonic. Now, that's probably the understanding of the situation the police officer has because he's a fucking police officer.
Dr. Lecter seems to think he's a genius. He doesn't seem to acknowledge his own insanity.
Jesus. All right.
So, keep in mind that Deer remains charged with 179 counts, including first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and
You're reading from Jezebel?
Oh my.
Fuck me, that's your source? Jezebel?
Even cite him. That's worse than alternate.
Wow.
Next, they're going to cite Salon.
So with that said, he is not going to have these charges dropped against him because he's claiming insanity. In fact, he thinks he's not insane at all. Now, the reason why the judge ordered these psychiatric evaluations is because during court proceedings, he would do random outbursts. He would talk to himself.
Yeah, exactly. You see, Anna's trying so hard to just be a reasonable human being.
Oh, and you can tell, she has this kind of defensiveness about her because she knows Jank's gonna butt in here like the Juggernaut at any moment with his shit.
I know, and she's so scared he's going to. But dude,
the buffalo is stamping his hooves and is ready to charge at this point.
Yeah. Wow.
And he refused to comply with the lawyer that's representing him.
Yes.
He has a public defender, and he's like, I don't want to deal with a public defender. I want to defend myself.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if he's muttering to himself, if he's saying all sorts of crazy delusional things, he's refusing to comply with the lawyer, and on top of that, he insists on representing himself, it is the judge's obligation and responsibility to make sure.
Poor Anna's trying so hard.
Yeah, you can tell she's just like trying to scrape her mind clean of what just happened. You're like, okay, we have an actual story to report here.
Wow.
This is supposed to be the news, I thought.
Seriously.
Sure that this person is competent when they stand trial, so the case or the verdict doesn't get thrown out because of a technicality. So the defense doesn't come forward and say, hey, you know what, this was unfair, this guy wasn't competent, he didn't know what was going on, he didn't understand.
It would have been pretty easy to do, too.
The defense lawyers were sitting there and they're like, I get this feeling that my client isn't exactly competent right now, as he's like muttering to himself and just randomly screaming during the proceedings.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Understand what was happening, and so as a result, we're going to have to do a retrial. So I understand why the judge made this decision. Okay. Now let me give you more details. Okay. As to what he said.
I'm going to step in for a second. Okay. So a lot of the Muslims who were detained said they didn't want lawyers. They wanted to represent themselves.
Why? Oh, look, her face just falls.
I know. She was like, why would you continue pressing this? I just laid out the entire reason why this was going to happen. Why? Why are you doing this, Big Brown Buffalo? The internet is right about you. You know that's what she probably thinks almost every day, right? The internet is right about you.
Oh, I mean, how could you not? But like the thing is, okay, Jank, here's the challenge. And I know you never respond to challenges, so who cares? But here's the challenge: find me a case where there's a white judge who has like Aryan ties, and then there's some white defendant who's like clearly sane, and he's just like, he's like, yeah, I did it, so what? And then like at the end they Sieg Heil each other, and then it's like, okay, you're free, my brother. If you find me that case, I'll be like, okay, maybe you have a point. No.
Yeah.
So I don't know the degree to which we went through procedure to determine their competency. Okay. I do know that none of them were declared incompetent or needed psychological treatment. They're like, well, I get it. Of course. He's done it for political and religious reasons. Now, the reality is those lunatics think that they're talking to God. Okay. And now this lunatic thinks he's talking to God. Mm-hmm. But
So does your grandmother. Remember?
Yeah, like I don't really fall on the side. Like there's some really hardline atheists who are like, theism is a mental illness. It's like, no, not really. It's more of a social thing, or like, kind of a behavioral trait. We can't just take every single religious person in court and be like, they're crazy. Like, because there's different levels of crazy.
Yeah, exactly. This is funny. That's a funny argument from this guy who then turns around and defends Muslims.
Yeah, he's like, oh, those Muslims are insane, but I'm on their side.
This is an odd apologetics for Islam, isn't it? This all seems kind of strange.
I don't even have a problem with calling this Planned Parenthood guy terrorist.
No.
I mean, by the definition, yeah, he is a terrorist.
Yeah.
Sure, he had a very clear political motivation. In fact, we've discussed how I think the political motivation overshadows the religious motivation in this case. I think it does have more to do with those Planned Parenthood videos and more with maybe that Josh Feuerstein video. Remember that one where he was like saying go kill abortion doctors?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Tom, I know. Legal competency is absolutely not whether you have a mental illness. Plenty of people with mental illnesses still knew what they were doing and committed the crime under their own power.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I had mental illness.
You're proving whether you can actually. Yeah, you're proving whether you can actually stand trial as competent.
Yeah, pretty much everyone has a mental illness to some degree. What we're talking about is like insanity.
Well, it's pretty clear whether he can actually process the proceedings. That's the issue.
If he's sitting there talking to himself, probably not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, he's talking to himself. Like I said, he's staring off in the distance. He's barking at shit that's not there. I mean, this is not good. He's losing his shit.
It's like in the Salem witch trials when they were like, look up at the ceiling, there's a spiral of doom. Except this guy's actually saying it. That's all that this story needed to be. It had to be that clip of Anna just saying that that's the reason, and then just cut out Jank completely and end show.
Yeah, shorten this down to about a third of the time.
No, he's crazy. The other guy, he's not crazy. No, him killing people makes sense to us because look at him. Just look at him, right? So I asked Anna over and over again today.
So you're trying to suggest it's racial, Jank?
Of course. That's the whole purpose here. It's absolutely racial. What else would it be?
Oh, so covert. Almost flew over my head. He needs to get back in more t-shirts. I feel like TYT is losing its style. Come on.
Yeah, I love that, Jim Stacy. There's an idea. Let's just treat the people who are too insane to stand trial as the Islamic treat the gays. Just throw them off a tall building. We're done with that. They can't be saved. I mean, these people are clearly nuts. What are we going to do, support them for the rest of their existence just because they're alive? That seems weird.
Yeah.
Let's do this Spartan style. Throw the week off of a high place.
Preferably the babbies.
Yes, preferably babs.
I think we'll give him one more spin because this is way too long.
And come out and say all this and make assumptions if it turns out they had real concrete evidence. Like, or the psychiatrist saying the guy thinks that there's monkeys flying out of his ass and they secretly control him, right? Okay, that dude is crazy. Okay, that makes it more likely. Here, he doesn't want to represent himself like many of the Muslim detainees. Yeah, he killed people one of the psychiatrists said what he did wasn't logical. No shit, Sherlock, right? When you kill 3 people for no reason, it's not logical. They say, well, he thinks that these people are selling baby parts. At least 35% of the country thinks they're selling baby parts. Should we put all of them inside?
Well, that's exactly what is your point? That's you're arguing with yourself at this point, Jank.
Yeah, he's laying out why we should why this guy is not even remotely similar to like ISIS or Al Qaeda or whatever.
He's completely come off the rails in this clip.
Oh. Yeah, that's enough. Fuck you, Jank.
I didn't know. I was expecting an end point, man. I didn't know this was 17 minutes long.
Oh, no. You know what? We passed the point I watched you.
Jesus. Yeah. I had no idea it was that long.
Fuck all of that. Like, there were points when I was watching that by myself. I had to pause it and just walk away because I'm like, oh my god, no. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah, for real.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna do Saudi family therapist. This has subtitles, by the way, so just watch out for that.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry,
speak
but
American.
Wow, this ought to be good. All right, ladies
this is
and
amazing.
gents.
I love how it's where it's set too. Just a guy sitting in the woods.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, friend.
وأهلا بكم من خلال هذا اللقاء الذي هو بعنوان ضرب الزوجات.
Which will deal with wife beating. Shall we proceed?
إحدى حلقات برنامج نبض الأسرة. أعرف أن هذا الموضوع شائك وأعرف أنه يحتف به كثير من المخاطر. لكن
the main hazard is your wife being beaten.
The main hazard is I'm filming a whole video about wife beating. That's the main hazard here, bud.
I just love that someone could come on here with a straight face and be like, okay, guys, today the subject of the video is wife beating.
Yeah, and let's like I said, it's this is going to be thorny and difficult, but let's be honest. I have to film myself talking about when it's correct and how to beat your wife, so it's always going to be awkward.
Look, it's fine as long as we lay out some basic rules on how to do it.
Yes,
it'll be fine.
Let us cross the bridge safely, friends.
فنعبر من خلاله إلى بر الأمان. أعتقد أن الخلل يأتي من خلال الفهم الخاطئ من بعض الأزواج ومن قبل بعض الأزواج.
Starting strong. Yes, you guys just don't know how to handle disobedience. You like to go for like a limp wristed backhand. You need to go for the full fist.
Yeah, let's just see where this goes.
Beat the disobedience out.
How does one handle disobedience?
لعلاج حالات النشوز. هناك فعلا نساء ربما تعتبر ناشز من زوجها ربما أنها تمارس
You have to learn to deal with this. Women are stupid and lesser people. Everyone knows that.
Of course.
أحيانا ممارسات خاطئة مع الزوج فيحمل ذلك بعض الأزواج على المعالجات الخاطئة. الله تعالى ماذا قال؟ قال واللاتي تخافون نشوزهن فعظوهن. هذه أول مرحلة من مراحل تقييم الزوجة وهو الوعظ، بمعنى أن تذكرها بالله سبحانه وتعالى بما لك من حقوق.
Listen bitch, tighten up now. Tighten up.
And look, I mean, God told me, so, it's fine. You gotta listen. The big man upstairs done said it.
Wow. Remind her of your rights and duties.
Yeah, I know I have rights, you have duties.
Yeah. It's a cool dichotomy.
Wow, we really come out on top here.
ثم تأتي المرحلة الثانية وهي قضية
Don't fuck that hoe.
الهجر. الهجر أيضا هناك ممارسة خاطئة بعض الأزواج.
I'm sure that's really a punishment.
Well, no, the secret is you don't fuck her. You just make her give you constant blowjobs so that she's irritated by you, and then maybe she'll listen. That's the first layer.
Yeah, that's the punishment. Oh no, I don't have to fuck the guy who beats me every day. How horrible.
ربما أنه يفعلها فتزيد المشكلة اشتعالا. متى؟ إذا أخذ فراشه ثم انتقل إلى بيت آخر فيعلم الناس كلهم في المشكلة.
So it's worse. You're implying public shaming? Is that what this is? Is this an implication of public shaming? Everyone knows there's a problem. That's the point, is to then be like, oh, what'd you do? What'd you do? How'd you fuck your husband up, huh? Why is he mad at you, huh?
There's just this gossip at the supermarket. Oh, so I heard you were being a little uppity. Yeah, about that.
المقصود من الهجر وتأديب الزوجة وليس هو نشر القضية والافتضاح بين الناس أبدا. وذاك الله تعالى قال واهجروهن في المضاجع، بمعنى أن تكون معها في الفراش ثم تلقيها ظهرك.
Oh, so don't publicly shame her. I see. Just be cold in bed like the initial idea. Why did you need to explain that?
Just give her the cold shoulder.
That feels self-explanatory.
Yeah, he's dumb.
في فراش وهي في فراش في نفس الغرفة. وهذا بالمناسبة كما تقول لإحدى النساء هذا أدعى لتأديب الزوجة. يعني الزوجة الآن لو يخرج الزوج من عندها إلى غرفة أخرى أخف عليها من أنه ينام معها ويلقيها ظهره أو ينام.
Make this super uncomfortable. That's the goal.
Yeah, basically, you can't leave that bitch alone. Who knows what she'll get up to?
Amazing.
Yeah, don't actually talk about your problems. Just turn your back on your wife in bed.
في الأرض وهي تنام على السرير أو العكس. ثم تأتي المرحلة الثالثة.
Now we're finally on to the ass whipping. I know. The first two stages were just like a warm up, but now we're on to the ass whipping.
I love how casual this is to you. Yes, and then the third stage,
beating. The beating.
وهي قضية ماذا؟ قضية الضرب. يجب أن نفهم أنه الضرب ليس المقصود منه التشفي وإنما المقصود.
Oh, so the same advice we give to parents. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes,
this is literally
treat your wife like you would treat a child.
Yeah, this is literally the advice that you give to a parent that is insistent upon applying physical discipline. You have to explain to them that the only way it functions is if you do not appear or behave angry when you do it.
Yeah, and this is a nice little cover up. It's like, oh, I wasn't angry or anything. I didn't even want to do it. I was just doing it because it was God's law.
Yeah, it's how it has to happen. Are you questioning whether I care about my wife? Really? Is that your place?
I mean, I wouldn't have married her. Jeez.
I'm the one who's responsible for her. I have to take care of her. Jesus.
منه التأديب ولا بد قبل ذلك أيضا أن توجد أسبابه الشرعية. الضرب لا يكون بمثل العصا هذا.
Okay. That's a sound.
Is that the reason he went out to the woods just so he could have a stick?
Yeah, looks good.
Oh my god.
Looks good.
Oh my god.
ولا بالعقال كما يفعل بعض الأزواج. ولا كذلك أيضا في بعض الأدوات الحادة التي يفعلها بعض الأزواج مع الأسف الشديد.
Well, that's good. That's a plus. So don't beat her with a sword, I guess. I don't.
Yes. Good. I condemn this. I condemn men using sharp objects to beat their wives. They should really just be using their meat fists.
Meat fists.
That's fine.
وإنما يكون بمثل السواك، يعني بمثل هذا العصا الصغير، يعني بمثل هذا كما يقول ابن عباس لما سئل عن الضرب قال
I've heard of that. What? I don't want to go into that. Let's just it's a thing.
Like, so is that even beating, or is it more just like poking?
I
don't know. I've never seen this done in application. So.
أو المنديل، لأنه ماذا؟ المقصود فقط إشعار الزوجة أنها أخطأت في حق زوجها.
It's almost okay. Even if that's true, let's take that at absolute face value, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that like worse? Isn't that like walking up to your wife and tapping her with like a newspaper on the nose?
Yeah, like she's the family dog.
Do not. You have offended me. Do not do. What? I mean, really? Isn't that worse?
هناك ولا شك.
Oh, there's more.
Oh yeah, there's more. We can keep going.
Okay.
أسباب قد تتعلق في الزوج، هناك أسباب تتعلق في الزوجة.
Actually, that sounds like something Briar Lamb would say. So.
Yeah,
I'm on board.
Exactly.
تدفع الزوج أحيانا، وهو الغالب أنه يضرب زوجته، وربما أنه حصل العكس كما حصل في بعض الأحيان أن الزوجة قد تمد يدها على زوجها. أولها هي قضية ماذا؟
It can't be. So basically, take away all agency of the husbands. Yeah. It was their shitty upbringing.
We raised him wrong. And let me guess, was that a woman's fault? Can I assume that was his mother's fault? I'm going to gamble.
Wow, now he sounds like Stefan Molyneux.
قضية التربية الخاطئة التي يتلقاها بعض الأزواج مع الأسف الشديد، فيعيش في بيئة ربما أنه يرى والده أنه يضرب زوجته، مع الأسف فيتخلق بهذا الخلق.
Oh,
no,
wait.
It was the father. Okay.
Wait, is he saying that it's the other way around? He said one of the reasons wives could beat their husbands because of a bad upbringing.
Oh, that's weird too. Yeah, he like totally did. Was that like a Freudian slip?
I don't know. That was weird.
That was a complete fuck up of the sentence.
الزوج ولا شك أيضا قد يصدر منها بعض الأسباب. هناك أسباب كثيرة أجتزئها في سببين، ولعلني أختصر ما إن شاء الله تعالى. أول سبب هي قضية المناكفة بين الزوج وزوجها، يعني بين الزوجة وزوجها. يعني مع الأسف بعض الزوجات تحب أو تريد أنها تعيش.
Well done.
That sentence by itself says everything you need to know.
I mean, that in itself is just screen cap worthy. Just that in itself. Unfortunately, some wives want to live a life of equality with their husband. This is unacceptable.
How dare they? Back in the kitchen.
عيشة الند مع زوجها، بمعنى عيشة الضد، إنه كما أن لك فأنا لي، وكما أنك تفعل فأنا أفعل، كما أنك تقول أنا أقول. وهذه مشكلة خطيرة جدا. أيضا هناك بعض الممارسات الخاطئة التي ربما تفعلها بعض الزوجات، أحيانا قد تفعل الزوج أو قد
So if you strive for equality, it's kind of figures he's going to beat you. I mean, what do you want?
This is almost even worse. Like if you make like one simple mistake, it's like, oh, time for your beating. Okay then.
Nice.
دفع زوجي لأن يقوم بضربها، بل إن هناك من النساء مع الأسف الشديد ربما أنها قالت يلا إذا أنت رجال اضربني، بمعنى أنها تستحثه.
She made me do it. She insulted me and she said, go ahead, hit me. If you're a real man, you'd hit me. And so I hit her. Because basically I'm a toddler.
That's a very convenient excuse.
Basically because I'm a toddler.
Okay, well, there's something that we should probably play, and it's the honey badgers thing, and I've been meaning to play this for a while. Where is it? I'm looking. Yeah, there's that one link I sent you from Skepo.
I'm gonna have to dig for that.
Yeah, I'll get it. We'll play something else in the meantime, I guess. We should back to the chicken. Let's do Listen Up, Lazy White People.
This is gonna be painful, isn't it?
Oh, this is terrible. And she has more videos, so yeah, be ready for that. Already terrible.
I always love when they do that, and it happens way too often. Where they have these really I know, check that out.
That's scary.
That's a good look. Why has this come back? Why? Why would you do this to yourself? It doesn't look good on anyone, but it's like, it's cringy. It's cringy. Why?
No, it's fine. Those out there with a melanin deficiency, it is not the job of black women to explain to you all in nauseum the ramifications of racism and
ad nauseum.
And nauseum.
It's ad nauseum, dear. I know, but it's ad nauseum.
Big words.
We are not obligated to educate you on our oppression that we have to experience daily, that you benefit from on the daily. It's not our job. You are not entitled to our time. You are not entitled to...
Okay, what is this video if not that?
So wait, are you going to explain it? Like, do you understand? I don't know how they don't get this, but if you actually took just the slightest bit of time to explain it, maybe you wouldn't come up against so many people who are disagreeing with you.
No, it's not our problem.
You wouldn't
it's
feel
not my
this
fault.
Like constant oppression.
It's not my responsibility to educate you. It's not my responsibility to care about anything you're talking about. What's your point?
Yeah, like I'm not obligated to even listen to this. I do it to make fun of it. I wouldn't actually watch this video out of my own volition.
Yeah, this isn't for my educational purposes, trust me. By no means is that what this is for.
This should be categorized under educational.
For real.
To our labor, you are not entitled to our kindness. Bitch, you're not even entitled to a sliver of the sidewalk when we're walking outside. You're not entitled to What's up, my beautiful black babies? And welcome to another episode of Flash.
So cursing is a problem, but racial slurs is fine. That's interesting.
Those aren't bad words, Hagbard.
That is an interesting and arbitrary line in the sand, friends.
It's an accurate description of them white devils.
Wow. I mean, that is just not what you'd expect.
They're such pussies. They can't even swear.
Today's episode, I just wanted to come and talk about how white people feel as if, it's the job of black people, but black women in particular, to explain to them.
Why is it that black women are so overwhelmingly self-obsessed that they honestly think anyone cares that much?
Yeah, I
only hear this from black women. It's when they say, and particularly black women. Like, what?
Well, we were talking about that because black men are out of the group at this point. They're oppressed, but they gain so much from male privilege that it almost kind of cancels it out.
It's weird,
That's why they're all D-Ray McKessons at this point.
Yeah, well, that's so weird to me. It's like, why are they so overrepresented in prison then? They're not winning this game, dude. I mean, seriously, if we want to have a conversation about it, it's true. They're not winning this game.
Yeah, no.
Fuck's sake.
But no, it's the black woman who suffers the most because where's my man? Where's he to make me more money?
Yeah, for real.
And sexism and misogyny and anything else they can think of on that random date just because they asked. This is all sparked by a particular incident that happened on Tumblr. So anyway, I'm on Tumblr. I said, yeah, I got a message. You get all happy when you got a message. It's like, oh, somebody want to talk to me. So yeah, I go
all right.
I should send her a message. And, I wonder if she'll have the same reaction.
You should just send it to her, and all it should be is, ooh, someone want to talk to you. That would be hilarious.
Ooh, someone want to talk to you, girl.
That's all it should be. It's just, ooh, someone want to talk to you. That's all it should say. Yeah, if anyone should be shocked about Tumblr, I mean, fuck.
There and I see, hello, sir / ma'am. Is white privilege a thing? If so, elaborate. Elaborate? Bitch, who was you demanding information from? First off, I don't think you're in the...
You're the one just ejaculating partial pieces of information into the universe, and when someone comes along to your publicly open thing and goes, what are you talking about? Oh, fuck you. That's it. Yeah, you're gonna come to my page and ask me questions. I see.
No questions. Okay, guys, new screen cap challenge right here. Caption that shit. That's a gold. That's a keeper. That's amazing.
She kind of looks like she is smelling something very bad.
Yeah, it's her nose ring.
Yeah, you gotta clean that thing every once in a while.
The right place, sweetheart. If you don't know what white privilege is, this is kind of like racism 101 type shit. So if you don't even know what that is, like, you are very far behind.
No, not really. Racism 101 is like the actual definition. You guys are like you're the expanded universe of racism, sir. So yeah, no, I'm not interested in following up on that.
Wow.
Oh, that's another great face too. Wow, she's a cold.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are really full of it because they're overacting. They've cranked the acting up to like 13, and
It's
they think
acting.
they think it functions, and it only functions if you're being ironic, if you're being sarcastic. But no.
You're a black woman, that's fine. I will teach you all goddamn day. This is what I do. This is what I'm passionate about. But if you are anyone outside of the realm of a black woman, if you're not in that group specifically.
If you're not specifically a black woman, fuck off. Okay.
You know what? And if a black woman was saying stuff that we were saying, oh, you're just a coon. You're just twerking for master.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Girl, like, go to Google. Google is always free. I think I say that in like every one of my videos. Google is free, bitch. She is open 24/7. She is always busting out all the knowledge.
Yeah, I know. The fuck up. I know you've probably learned everything you've ever known in your life from Google. I get that.
No, she learned it from Yahoo.
I get it. It's been Google and Tumblr. Those are your main two resources in life. I understand.
An Urban Dictionary.
She does not discriminate. Okay, like, Google is the hoe of information. I mean, if you really need to know something, you can go to Google. Bitch, you ain't even gotta stay strictly with Google. You can go to Bing. Girl, you can go to Yahoo. I mean, like, there's like a plethora of search.
Wow. Well, congratulations. You know of different search engines.
Engines that you can actually use to find information if you were really interested in unlearning bigoted ideology. But we all know that you're not actually interested in learning. You just want to waste our time and then gaslight us as soon as we answer your fucking question.
These people love their Tumblr terms.
You have to unlearn your bigotry.
No, I love gaslighting. I love that term.
What the fuck even is that?
That is when you say something to someone with a firm enough tone and in a believable enough manner that they are forced to believe it because they have no willpower. That's really what it is. It's just they don't say the last part. So gaslighting is when I walk up to someone and they were like, "Hey, so who is that girl? What are you talking about? There was no girl here. I just saw you with a girl. Honey, I don't know what you're talking about. Seriously, there was no one here." And then if you just held that line and pushed, "Hey, you're acting crazy. I don't understand why that's gaslighting."
Is she suggesting that everyone in her camp is that stupid and impressionable?
Well, that's what they're not saying when they say it, is that actually means you're an impressible dummy. But they don't seem to realize that.
You're just trying to gaslight us.
They don't seem to realize that, but what it really means is I say something to you and you go, I kind of believe that. And then one of your other friends comes along later and goes, no, remember this, and this. Got to reinforce that theology. And they're like, oh yeah, that person gaslighted me. They convinced me that I was wrong. And I'm not wrong. That's
clearly.
It's amazing.
That's how it goes.
That's gaslighting is one of the worst ideas I've ever heard. When I looked it up, I was like, "What?"
When comes up to you saying anything different at all, like, "Oh, you're just trying to get me off the path. You're leading me to Satan."
Yeah, basically.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, basically, gaslighting is the equivalent. I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm saying when it's done, it tends to be done to stupid people.
I guess it wouldn't be too hard for her then.
Fair enough.
But that's besides the point. Let me reel it back in real quick. So yes, he comes in there demanding information, and I politely direct him to my PayPal. I let him know that if PayPal...
Oh, one of those people that says before I'll answer your questions, you have to pay me. I've read into several of these people. Seriously, they're out there.
Oh yeah.
Yo, if you want any more of my time and you want me to answer you again, it's gonna be $5. What?
She's basically Lucy from the Peanuts.
Yeah, nigga, this is your Twitter account. What do you mean you need $5 to continue talking to you? This is an open Twitter account.
Who the fuck are you, Philology Noir? Like, she didn't have that many followers.
Yeah, this is a Twitter account, bitch. What are you talking about? The fuck out of here. This is your Tumblr.
is not his preferred method of payment, he can use my cash account by Squarespace. I have two. Bitch, I'm multifaceted.
I wish you had a fucking P.O. box. I'd jizz in an envelope and send that shit to you.
You know, like if you don't like one, I got the other. He tried to say some corny ass shit along the lines of, well, you have to pay me $30 a fucking letter that I typed to reply to this. Ha 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 ha. Bitch, I screen captured that.
Yeah, he was being facetious because you're being ridiculous.
So basically, yeah, it's not ridiculous for me to ask for money, but for you to ask for money, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
How out of this world.
You know, Fake, you're totally right. You're 100% right. She is not good enough to be this smug. She's just not hot. She's just not.
She thinks she's
like
hot
mediocre at best. I mean, at best.
That conversation just with his response and then me responding back, and I captioned it "No free intellectual labor" or "Fuck you, pay me" or some shit like that. Something along the lines of
yes, intellectual labor. That is something that I'm certain you have never done in your entire life, dear.
I mean, I don't want to discredit everyone who like does like thought experiments or whatever, but I mean, answering a question on Tumblr.
This is not intellectual labor.
It's not labor.
No.
Oh, no. That's another good face. Wow.
You paying me for the information that you expect me to give you. You know how you pay for services, you pay for products. I mean, shit, you pay for education nowadays. I mean, you don't get to go to school for free unless you're going to public school, and that's only up to high school.
That's all 12 years. For the record, she's actually complaining that the United States government and the taxpayers afforded her 12 free years of education. That wasn't enough.
Yeah, no. For a lot of these people, 12 is too few. Like first, like prove that your services are worth paying for. Like, who are you? What are your credentials? Why would I pay you?
Yeah,
there's a lot.
You know what these guys are?
Do
you know what these types of people are? They're the modern fortune tellers. They take money from idiots. That's all. They're just people that take money from idiots.
They're scam artists completely.
So I don't even understand why you expect me, a stranger, to answer all of your questions just because you asked them.
Why do you expect us, people that don't know you, and you, a stranger, to be believed immediately upon having said something?
Exactly. Like, you, stranger, person I've never seen before, you are now the moral arbiter of my life.
Jesus.
Who are you again?
Oh wait, I know why. You're white. Duh. So yeah, basically when I screen capture that or whatever and I put it on Tumblr, girl, they just like ascended into my motherfucking mentions. I mean, just one after the other.
You know, when it comes to people like this, oh my god, when it comes to people like this and jank, like I went my whole day not thinking about how white I was. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there. I had lunch. I was preparing for this, hanging out, and I was like, you know, it never crossed my mind. Yeah, man, I love being white, Caucasian for life.
Let's see.
And then I'm just reminded, like, oh yeah, I'm white. That's a thing.
Yeah. Again, it's literally, I have a Tumblr, and if you want me to answer you, you have to pay me. What? Who does that? This is someone's real thoughts. Really?
Yeah,
this is a human being's real thoughts.
Yes.
White fucking bitch. People like this piss.
I mean, really.
It's crazy. Yeah, I don't understand how entitled you'd have to be to get to that point.
Yeah.
Me off just finding things to be irritated with, and wow, he came in there so nice and you still responded with "fuck you, pay me." Your cause is never going to get any attention if this is how you treat your allies.
Have you considered that he might have been right?
like she says that all sarcastically. It's like that's a completely valid point. Yeah, maybe if you treat everyone who approaches you like, hey, what are you talking about? Like, oh, fuck you, piece of shit. Like, maybe people will be like, yeah, don't go to this chick anymore.
I approached you and I asked you a reasonable question, to which you said, LOL, fucking pay me, Whitey. And I was like, yeah, that's really not how this works. And then you lost your mind. And now this video.
It's part of reparations, Hagbard.
Yeah. No, your skin tone is your reparations. You're welcome.
Went all the way with that shit. Called that nigga out like.
And why is it so many of these complainers are ultra light skinned?
That's a good point too.
Have you noticed that? They're all ultra light skinned. These are not black Africans. These are not by any means the darker skinned black.
They're very clearly African Americans for many generations.
Yes.
And a lot of intermingling.
Yes. But of course,
Yeah, but they can coast by on that little bit of melanin.
Yep.
And be like, yeah, I represent Africa.
Oh, Tom, just as a side note, Francesca, that video I did, the last one of her, just got hit by a bunch of her fans. It's pretty fun if you want to go check the comment section out.
Oh my god, so racist.
I finally had people show up.
Our chat and say how racist we
I had
are.
people just show up. You racist. You straight up racist.
Privileges. Girl, where? Where do they do that at? Please inform me. Give me the coordinates. One, we don't need you guys. And if you feel as if we need you guys to get our point across, or if you feel that we need you guys in order for our message to be valid, I mean, fucking message. This is our lives, literally. If we have
Do you see how wrapped up in this shit she is?
Wow, that's an interesting admission.
Seriously.
This is our lives. Well, that's a really shitty way to spend your life.
She's all wrapped up in this, dude.
Oh yeah, completely. And we don't need you. It's like, yeah, you guys, okay, so black people are 13% of the population, and it's not even the whole 13% that's engaged in this. Yeah, you kind of do need us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there aren't enough of you. The only reason I know about these people is because of the internet, basically, is what I'm getting at. If there was no internet, I'd be like, who the fuck are those people?
JP, are you implying that you know of Portuguese people darker than this woman? Because I'm laughing if that's what the implication is. That's great.
I'm pretty sure I've seen white people who are darker than
Yeah,
this.
my dad's about this skin tone, to be fair. My dad's Southern Italian style looking dude. He looks Sicilian, but yeah, he's about this skin tone.
To abide by your rules and regulations on how we deliver that message. So basically you tone policing us. If you need all of that in order for you to believe that.
Did you see the Bernie Sanders thing? Yes, please tone police.
Tone police.
If that's the alternative, yes, I'll take the tone policing.
Oh, I'm pro tone policing all day if it prevents these bitches from taking over stages and screaming about nonsense.
Yeah.
We're actually telling the truth. Bitch, you ain't no fucking ally. And we don't need you. We don't need any of you motherfucking guys. So if you really feel like you want to hop up into my video and my comments and my mentions with that white savior complex, bitch, you can exit stage left. I know.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. We've totally come to understand that you guys don't want a white savior. So we're just going to sit around, poke you with sticks, and watch you idiots crash.
Yeah, we're just gonna. Yeah, I'm not interested in being an ally. Fuck that.
No, well, I tried to be an ally. You guys are very unfun. So I decided not to.
Yeah, no. You have to check your privilege.
Yeah, I really am. That's sincerely how that went down. I'm not even being facetious. When I first got on Twitter, I tried to approach these guys and be helpful, and I was roundly attacked. So I decided, yep, apparently you don't want my help, so instead I'm going to throw rocks at you because it's funny.
Like on my channel, I kind of rage at black dudes a lot.
Okay.
That was quite the leap.
Might I direct you to one Tomi Sotomayor?
Yes, I would love to watch those two have a discussion.
That would be a funny little debacle.
Oh, dude, yeah, seriously, that would be amazing. Yeah, we don't need you, but we call you allies.
I have an immediate proximity to black dudes, but don't you for a second, bitch, think that I won't come for your ass too. Don't come up into my shit.
Leave my ass out of this.
Is she really like getting violent on the internet? I love seeing this shit.
Boom! I'm coming for your ass, nigga. Oh shit! Oh, white guy said it.
Yeah,
terrible.
But seriously, look. Why would you? You're like you. She literally just jumped at the camera, dude.
She was ready to pounce
what
like
the
a puma.
Fuck? Seriously, did you just punk the camera? Are you trying to punk the camera?
There's no one even there. She just set it up herself and it's like, yeah, I'm coming for you.
For real. Fuck.
Demanding that I educate you on something that you can find for free. Like, that shit really pisses me off. Like, you really feeling as if you're entitled
so what's your point then? Like, if we can find all this information for free, then fuck off. We don't need you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You'd be a pretty shitty oracle anyway if we had to pay you for information.
Well, it's such an absurd argument. I can't even face it.
My time. You really feel like I am obligated to
No, I feel like you're saying that you are passionate about this. You care about this. You're an activist, right? That's the idea here, right? Then why don't you do a little activism? Why don't you actually just discuss these things with people?
Why don't you make a point? This is where this whole thing breaks down. So basically, you can go on Google or Yahoo or Bing, and you can find all of this for free, or you could pay me. What do you think people are going to do? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna pay her because I'm sure her life experience is better than what I'm gonna find on Google for free.
Yeah, it's funny. Literally, as you were saying that, Reading Ren typed it.
Educate you on something, or what I'm saying is of no relevance, or it has no validity. Girl, like, you are not handing out the slips of validation. Like, girl, you do not matter.
Neither are you.
Okay, here, let's just be honest. If this is a white supremacist society, right? And whites hold all the power, right? You indeed would need white allies to stop that from happening. Do you see that? You see the flaw in your plan here?
Even the first feminist movement had male allies, and they were like, yeah, because they were kind of instrumental in getting any shit happening.
Jim Stacy says, Google says, gas the Jews, race war now.
Of course. I'm pretty sure I made that post.
Oh, yeah, and then you linked it, didn't you?
Do not matter.
Yeah.
I care about, and I work towards uplifting, empowering, and mobilizing black women. That's it. So if you...
Yes, but not black men. She clarified that earlier. Not black men. Just black women.
They're a little too male.
Yeah, and they have... honestly, I bet if we went back and looked, you would see that she has videos essentially attacking any black man that sleeps with a white woman. Just like Tomi Sotomayor.
I need to take a look at her videos again, but they're all terrible.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Fall outside of those realms, I don't know what to tell you. Actually, I know what to tell you. Fuck you, pay me. Girl.
Just open hostility, aggression, and fuck you, pay me has been like the whole video.
Yeah, like, how dare you ask me? Give me money first. Like, what? Like, I really doubt if someone gave her money, she'd even answer. Or, like, give an honest
even
answer.
if you did, why would you pay her for her answer? Again, she hasn't validated why we should care what she says. She just wants us to pay her because reasons.
It'd be like if I showed up to like some book signing and I kick Stephen King out of his chair and I'm like, yes, here's my shitty manuscript, please. I'll be signing anything at this point.
I'll be signing autographs here. Well, who are you? Oh, if you have to ask, you shouldn't come.
How dare you? Pay me, I'll tell you my name.
Yeah, for real. What the fuck?
Girls, black girls, my black, beautiful black babies, charge these niggas. If they're asking you for questions, if they're asking you to explain things in like super long formatted explanations, and they want you to explain shit that you've already explained to a million people, girl, offer them your rates.
Whoa.
These people
I forgot this part.
No way. These people think they're going to form like a secondary economy for answering questions on Tumblr.
It's the next Bitcoins.
What the fuck?
Have the option to agree or disagree. I do a lot of motherfucking work, and it is very mentally and emotionally.
She do a lot of work, dog.
Yeah, on Tumblr.
I see that.
Wow.
I see that. I see she does a lot of work.
It must take a lot of work to just like reel around and be ridiculous on camera.
Hell, these edits look hard.
It burns a lot of calories when I just have to like, whoa, my head's all over the place. I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Pay me.
taxing to do all of this work just for people to come and say, one, you're being too sensitive, or teach me more. Thank you.
There's no, basically, unless you show up and just go, everything you've said is pure gold, please tell me more, you're doing the wrong thing. I'm clearly not doing these pauses on purpose. Half the time I'm actually just staring forward at the chat, but when I look over, holy shit. What did I catch?
We've caught like at least a dozen derp faces at this point.
I mean, I mostly, like I said before, do these on audio, but fuck me.
So much for watching, guys. I will.
Nope.
Fuck you.
No shilling. That's
speaking of shilling, listen, people, you don't get to watch the show anymore unless you pay us.
Yeah, okay. And there's gonna be a link down there to our PayPal. And you can go ahead and give us $5. Each of you give us $5, we'll continue the show. We're just gonna put
otherwise this show is fucking done.
Yeah, we're just gonna put on some music here for a few minutes, and we're just gonna wait for that PayPal money, magic internet money, to roll in.
I don't think the Honey Badgers thing downloaded. I'll have to send it again. But
no, I have it.
Okay.
I have it.
Boom. This was suggested to us, and it is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in my life.
Where? Okay. Yeah.
And we're doing excellent on time.
They don't have to. If
how long? 14 minutes? Fuck me.
Yeah, we're not getting through much of it.
If they were able to drive, then their husbands wouldn't have to do that, or their brothers or their sons wouldn't have to drive them around. And so.
Oh, is this about what country is this about?
This is about Saudi Arabia.
Oh well.
I'm kind of hearing there's a slight echo. Oh wait, we're good. Okay.
I'll tell you, that's not the case in Saudi Arabia. The husbands and sons don't usually drive them around. They have drivers.
So I wanted to make this more of a talking point because I made my video "Worst Muslim Apologists" reacting to MGTOW excuses for Islam, and it seems like we're going to see more of it coming from the men's rights community, and they are just the worst offenders of this. It's really a catastrophe.
Yeah,
their excuse making. Yeah, there's that.
So they would actually have to pay for the service, or they would have to, do something, provide a service in return, or some sort of currency in return. Whereas, as long as they are prevented from doing this by law, from driving themselves around, they can expect their husbands, brothers, sons, male relatives to do this for no charge whatsoever, just because they have to, right? So
oh my. So basically, it's just like, this is just an entitlement. Please drive me around, male servant.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that's how it goes down in Saudi Arabia.
Mind you, we just watched a video from Saudi Arabia describing the views and intermarital relations of Saudi Arabia.
No. See, Hagbard, that the thing is, if you even hint that there might be a woman suffering somewhere, then these motherfuckers will come out of the woodwork. How dare you? What about men? Come on. What about men? It's like, I was not. Can we talk about separate things?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to be specific anymore?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's pretty crazy.
And it's justified because you are allowed to drive and I am not, and so therefore, yeah, So I mean, like it really is. It's a lot more complicated than people, I think, tend to realize.
No, these are the modicum. These little anecdotal truths I mean, that's real. It is true, without a shadow of a doubt, that it is much more complicated than the standard narrative. You know what I mean? Really,
sure.
It is absolutely more complicated than the standard narrative. However, it's not the way that you're describing it here.
The thing is, she's saying it's more complicated, but then she's giving the most simplistic, wrong answer possible.
Yeah, she's just reversed the answer.
So I don't even understand where that's even coming from. It's more complicated. You just gave us like is so unnuanced and just like, yeah, women just want to be driven around. That's all,
Yeah.
there are reasons why women would object to having this right, because the moment they have the right, they now have an obligation to take advantage of it.
Well, yeah, and they no longer can use their limitations as a form of currency to compel service out of men. They can't say, well, I can't drive myself, so you have to. I can't do this. Oh, my
God. Listen to this shit. This is crazy.
Yeah, considering, realistically speaking, most of these wives are probably just living alone with a couple of the kids. And, yeah, that's not how it works at all in Saudi Arabia.
I just love it. Like, oh, women, they're just going to use this as a form of currency to get more entitled services out of men.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. Like, that is such a, like, bigoted thing to say, really. That's terrible.
Yeah, it really is.
So you have to do this. I can't support myself, so you have to support me. And in the context where a society can't really necessarily offer women a full ability to support themselves, at least in certain occupations, that may be more valuable to women than the freedom of being able to take whatever occupation you can. I mean, especially...
Oh.
Yeah.
Well...
Yeah, because, when I think of Saudi women, I just think pampered princesses who just they don't take these jobs and rights because too much responsibility. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, well, they're basically saying that they wouldn't want the rights and the jobs because otherwise they would have to stop taking advantage of the privileged position they've been put in.
I don't understand where this movement came from. John the Other was saying the same shit.
Yeah, and so was what's his name, fucking the Catholic.
Are you done, Hagbar?
Yeah, I can't face it. Even our moderators fucking cringing. I can't.
That's what we do on the show. We watch cringeworthy stuff. Hagbar. Come on.
I watched our moderators dying. So
I'm sorry. Well, fuck the honey badgers. I couldn't care less about them. I guess you know what we're gonna do. Time to take the white savior out of slavery narratives.
Why do?
This is
in other news. It's award season in.
Oh, this poor guy. He's like 50-50. He's really not as bad as like full on the Young Turks.
Yeah,
but oh boy.
Yeah, no, this guy's annoying. But no, what's even worse than this guy is the guest they're about to have on.
Oh God, no!
You'll know instantly who it is.
I'm already afraid.
Hollywood, and one of the movies grabbing people's attention and snatching up a lot of awards this year.
No.
Here is a film called 12 Years a Slave.
No.
The movie tells the story of Solomon Northrop, a husband and father of two who was kidnapped by white slave traders and sold to a plantation down south.
I love that it's Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen.
Yeah, I love that he directed it. They don't
even credit the Oscar-winning actor.
No, I love that it's the director, Steve McQueen. I just think that's hilarious. I never expected him to direct a movie. I'm sure he's done others, but Jesus, man. Do you remember what he used to do as an actor?
Oh, jeez. I'm trying to place him right now.
Shane, he has absolutely never been in a fight in his life. That's not questionable. He's absolutely never been in a fight in his life.
Yeah.
In the 19th century, Northrop was forced to work on the plantation for 12 years until a generous white man came along and secured his freedom. That white man, played by Brad Pitt, is painted in the movie, in a way, as Northrop's savior.
Was he not?
I mean, 12 Years a Slave was based on the book, which was like an historical account where that actually happened.
But I mean, is it if a white man buys a slave, which inherently isn't a good act, but then buys them, I guess, with the intention of freeing them? Isn't that a good thing?
Yes, and that's what happens. I mean,
I honestly haven't seen the movie.
Oh really? It's pretty well made.
I was fed up after what was the one that the Django Unchained. I was full to the brim after Django. I couldn't face another slave movie in like 2 years.
Yeah, no. And if they're gonna jump on anything in this movie, there's Benedict Cumberbatch's character is like a sympathetic slave owner. There's the what's his face? Fucking the new Magneto. That guy plays
the new Magneto. Jesus.
That guy. I don't remember his fucking name right now, but he's the douchebag slave owner.
Yeah. Fair enough.
A white man being the savior is something that's fairly common in slavery narratives, but is that...
The white man being the devil is also a fairly common... Was the white man a hero when he cut off fucking Kunta Kinte's foot?
I don't see how he can even say that. Like, yeah, there was Brad Pitt's character who is a nice guy, but then there are really douchey white guys in the movie too.
Yeah, that's really a weird narrative to try and slide down to say like,
the white guy's a savior.
The white guys in slave movies. Yeah, the white guys in slave movies are always saviors. It's insane.
Historically accurate, and is it time to take the white savior role out of slave narratives altogether? Joining me.
I thought that was Django.
There's that, yeah. They didn't get so up in arms about that movie.
No, I'm sure they didn't.
Now for more.
Your name is Toby.
This is Daniel Jose Older, writer, editor, and contributor to Salon.com, whose most recent article is titled "It's Time to Take the White Savior Out of Slavery Narratives." Daniel, welcome.
Oh my God!
Thank you.
You know who it is, Akbar?
I don't. Who the hell is this?
This is the guy who's talking shit about Lovecraft.
Oh God, really?
It's this guy. Yeah.
This human being here.
This guy is my fucking enemy. Fuck this guy. What a douche. Look at him. All you need. You don't even have to hear him talk. You just need to look at him and be like, yeah, that guy's a douchebag, isn't he?
Thanks for joining us. So, I've got two sides to this. Last night, I actually finished reading 12 Years a Slave. When you and I talked last week, I had just gotten it and I was starting it. And, not only did a white guy actually, get him out by communicating back to his friends in New York what was going on, but the white guy actually wrote the letter. In the movie, I think it's written that he...
Older's just having all these cringe moments, just like, yeah, I guess that's kind of true.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, it's narratives crumble before me.
Maybe I shouldn't have written that piece.
No shit.
He wrote the letter himself. And so actually there was a white guy who helped him out. On the other hand, you've got movies like...
Oh, Silent Sheik. This is absolutely a relative of Carl the Cuck. This is a distant uncle at best. This might straight out be this might straight out be his dad.
This is a kunkle.
I mean, really.
Like the what's James Cameron's movie? With the blue aliens. Avatar, yeah. Where is a classic example of a white savior kind of movie, I think. And
no.
Again.
No.
Who's the bad guy in that film?
A white man. Actually, two white men. Also,
all the white men.
It's a human savior complex movie. Are they suggesting that the aliens were African?
No,
because they were tribal.
Not. Of course not. That would be racist.
I don't know.
Of course, everyone implied they were Native Americans for that reason, but
this sounds a little racist, guys.
And that narrative you see so often repeated when there's actually no historical reason for it.
But there was this time, so let's talk about it. Right? That adds up?
Yeah, so he writes this article on Salon, which about the worst event possible. He's actually getting grilled on air at this point. Like, the facts aren't really on your side, dude.
Yeah.
You really opened this topic well. If you could just riff on this a little bit, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the bottom line, we're talking about a cliche. It's a thing we see over and over, like you said, whether it's in science fiction, whether it's in historical narratives.
Is this guy like another Sean King?
Perhaps. Just for context, for people who are wondering, like, oh, how do you know this guy? This guy, there was a couple months ago, the World Fantasy Award dropped their trophy, which was ahead of H.P. Lovecraft. And it was because of a petition started by this guy and a couple other douchebags because Lovecraft was racist. So they dropped that. And now this guy basically just talks shit about Lovecraft now. So fuck this guy.
That's become his thing, huh?
Yeah. It's pretty much, which is sad. I guess he writes stuff too. I could not care less.
I guess he writes stuff. He's a composer as well, Reese.
Oh yeah, how could I forget what a special
writer,
editor, guy is.
and composer.
These people, like, you can just smell the jealousy on these people. Like they see that like 100 years after H.P. Lovecraft's death, there's this wild cult built around it. Like, oh, why aren't there people flocking to me like that?
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
It's like, well, fuck you. You're a shit. You're a shit artist.
Because you're
no
not.
One gives
you're
a
not
shit
as
about
good.
What you produce.
Yeah, because you're not as good.
Yeah, there might be that. No, they took shots. They were like, H.P. Lovecraft's writing. It's not very good. Maybe based on the standards of now. in the time, like, that shit was revolutionary.
Question so much of this particular story of his life so much as which narratives do we decide to privilege when there are stories out there, like I talk about in the article, David Ruggles, who was
move your goddamn bottom lip. Move your bottom lip. Move your bottom lip, friend.
So racist.
An amazing black abolitionist who was almost kidnapped and taken into slavery.
Look at the way his mouth moves.
I was too focused on the bullshit coming out of it.
It's enrapturing. His mouth moves in such odd ways.
So his point here is like, oh, but there were so many black abolitionists. It's like, is that the plot of the book 12 Years a Slave, which is based on a real story? No. So what are we talking about this for? They adapted a film from what is perceived to be a true story in which a white man pays to free the black slave. It is not a white savior complex. You are delusional. Most abolitionists were white.
Yeah, well, considering the racial distribution of the country, of course.
Because the white people had money, so they were actually able to buy slaves and free them. There weren't too many black people at the time who could do that.
No.
And had a huge legal battle about slavery and freed slaves. There's Harriet Tubman. So there's all these examples.
Heatbound 2.
No, just no. This guy, you know what? If he wants to write some great fictional piece, it should be there's a time of slavery, all white people are evil, and then like some generous, benevolent African king comes over and pays to free all the slaves. Best fiction piece this year.
Yeah, that would be good. Let's write something.
Hundreds of examples of amazing stories of black folks getting freedom without the help of a white savior. And my question is, why do we keep falling back on this same trope over and over? 12 Years a Slave is an amazing movie. I don't want to take away from how powerful and excellent a film that is.
However, I'm going to take the piss out of it.
So basically, okay, you're a writer, supposedly. But you don't get to dictate what other people write. Why do we keep falling back on this trope? Bitch, write your own story. And if it's good, if it's influential, other people will follow suit. How about that?
Yeah. Imagine that.
That's how this works. That's why if it even is like a trope that we see represented all the time, which, like, give me some examples, please. Basically the way they're applying it, if a white person saves the day at all, it's like a white savior complex.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But I also want us to move forward away from that same old story of a white man saving the day.
Do you think that it's possible that was given particular emphasis in the movie? Or maybe, I mean, it's actually an important part of the story, but that
he couldn't even get through his own sentence. Fuck.
How can he? I just don't even see how you can go on with this kind of interview, because it's like, yeah, that was a lot of nonsense that had nothing to do with the actual points, and you said completely differently in your article.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, that's all you need to say. You need to say, yeah, okay, the actual letter, 12 Years a Slave, written by a white guy, the guy who freed him was a white guy. Okay, so basically what you're complaining about is historical accuracy.
Yes, and they should have emphasized it. I mean, it was important, and it's really the reason it happened. But the emphasis on it was untoward. You see.
That makes it more acceptable to white audiences, and that might be in the back of the mind of somebody who's thinking about, I'm in the movie business, but I'm also in the business of making money and getting a lot of people to see this. And the white population in the United States is larger than the black population.
Wow.
Yeah, well, even if that's true, you may have just answered your own question. Even if that's true, yeah. Then what?
Yeah, that's an interesting point that just came out of nowhere.
Like I said, it's right up there with, well, why'd they replace that character with China? No one wants to have that discussion, but it's China.
Yeah, there's that. Like, they produce Shakespearean films in Japan, and it's like, oh, why is King Macbeth all of a sudden Japanese?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm sure that they're gonna ship in some Brits to play the roles.
Yeah.
Because then the audience will really relate.
I have no more time for you.
Oh my god, he's a fucking disaster.
Goodbye.
Fuck that guy. Alright, you know what? We need to return to our old friend. The way I see things and stuff and things and junk. It is kill the fear, Hagbard.
Kill the fear.
The way, yep.
This guy. This lunatic. Hey, bozo.
Still in his shitty white t-shirt in the exact same spot.
Of course.
Anyway, I don't know why I just thought of this. I was just thinking, imagine these commercials where they're using sex to sell everything. Like,
I'm talking about naughty sex guys.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's already like talking to his wife off camera.
Of course he is.
That's her name, right? I never even knew who Kate Upton was till everyone made a big deal she was on the Carl's Jr. commercial. And then I saw the commercial, I'm like, I still don't know who this woman is. Actually, that was a long time ago, and I still don't know who she is. She's famous for something. Doesn't matter. Anyway, the point...
We spent a lot of time on it. Why did we just walk down that cul-de-sac?
The video starts off with that.
Yeah, so essentially what you're saying is you could have trimmed 28 seconds off this video comfortably.
So I heard about this Kate Upton person. She's famous for something. I'm not really sure what it is. I guess it doesn't matter. On to the video, guys.
Oh no, Sheik, I wish this was about him being heterophobic and gay. Oh no.
No. This guy, to our knowledge, is straight.
And a religious nutball.
The point is imagine that commercial with, imagine these commercials with guys. Get that commercial and replace her in your mind with Bruce Willis. And
why? He's like 62, isn't he?
Yeah, he's old.
I mean, really.
And if you want some more homoerotic themes in this video, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's replace Kate Upton with Bruce Willis.
Jesus. All right, 1 second. Let's see if I can get to it before the chat does. Oh, I was so fucking close. He's 61.
What?
Yeah,
hey,
don't
got
you
to
remember
it yet.
Bruce Willis, modern sex symbol?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, okay. Bruce Willis, the 61-year-old balding man.
Was Bruce Willis ever really a sex symbol? Like, he's an action star. He's not like a Calvin Klein model.
Yes, Cartograph, I'm reading the chat.
All the time.
Anyway, imagine Bruce Willis there.
Oh God, Reese, why?
I'm sorry.
Why?
Aren't you?
Fuck. Why?
Here you go, guys. If that didn't trigger you,
there's them tits, dog. Check them titties out.
With his shirt off.
He does really straight.
Look
Only,
at that little patch of hair.
Strip.
That little patch of hair in the center. Look at that.
Did he shave? Like, he shaved around his nipples so much it took all of it off.
Yeah, boy.
Off and everything. I'm not so fantastic. Let's keep this pointing out.
No, let's see more.
Anyway, and him
I'm intrigued.
They're like,
I guarantee someone just pulled off to that.
I want to genocide everyone who pulled off to that.
For real, someone likes this furry, kind of soft-looking dude and can imagine that the hamburger symbol is a dick. I mean, that wouldn't be a problem.
I'm dying. This is embarrassing. Why did he put this online?
Look at them. Oh, look at them titties. Yeah. Look at them titties. His wife likes it.
He has a woman laughing at that. What the fuck? Who is that? It has to be Trigglypuff. There's no way it's anyone else.
Yeah, for real. I mean,
like, if it doesn't get all over the place. Actually, I just realized,
fucker.
like, so people know what Carl's Jr. is.
oh, thank you for putting your shirt
Thank
back
you
on, dude.
so much.
Oh, make this end.
I was about to convert to Islam just to end the pain. I was gonna go Allahu Akbar on it. Someone
Yeah.
get to paradise.
Because out here in the Midwest, you guys have Hardee's. Hardee's is
Put it
like
on.
what our Carl's Jr. or Carl's Jr.
It's not like they're the same company, Nitrog. Jesus.
I like how he's like, I'm looking for the tag. It's like, bitch, both sides are white. Doesn't just put on a shirt. Put on something.
It's like your Hardee's. I'm trying to figure out how to.
Tom says that would be a great commercial. This guy is fucking stupid.
That looks really.
Whoa.
That looks awful. Oh my god, that's creepy.
Dude, yeah, don't look at the monitor. What are you doing?
That looks creepy. I didn't edit it out, and I put it online.
You know what? I would. I'm gonna be an Uber driver. I'm gonna be an Uber driver, and when people come in, I'm gonna be like, "Oh no," and I'm just gonna act retarded. Just hope they give me bigger tips. Like this poor son of a bitch here.
You're already retarded though.
What
you don't
the
need to
hell?
act retarded.
What the hell? He's gonna act retarded to get bigger tips? He thinks
Yes.
people are gonna ride in a car with him?
Yeah, I would feel safe. Like, okay, driver, who are you?
Oh, and Kame, I didn't miss that. Uhuru, dog.
Here's $5.
Uhuru, y'all.
Yeah, Haggard, I'm sorry. This video, oh my god, this video is literally just him rambling about nothing.
I see that.
That's most of his video.
Yeah. Actually, I feel bad. I feel like I'm making fun of the mentally disabled. Oh my god. There's the sweetest. I'm going from that to this. I feel bad.
I bet his wife told him to start doing this so he'd leave her alone.
Yes.
Seriously, that's what I honestly believe. I honestly believe his wife was like, "Honey,
sure
you
you're
should
not
start."
trying to get me away, honey. No, I'm gonna watch. I'm just gonna be in the corner.
Yeah, you should totally start a YouTube channel. This will be fine.
What are you gonna talk about on YouTube? Nothing, basically.
Bad for that.
Absolutely
Please don't get mad at me. But there's this precious young girl with Down syndrome. If you haven't seen it, look it up on the intranet. Girl with Down syndrome accepted into college. It is the sweetest thing ever. I saw it last night before I went to bed.
Talk about a waste of money. Jesus.
Oh, he's trying to be all sentimental now.
I know.
Please be on my side.
I feel like I had to say that to save myself after making fun of those people. I'm so sad. If you haven't seen the retarded policeman videos, those...
First and foremost, Silent Sheik, proof women do marry down.
Oh.
He is the anti-hypergamy argument.
Anti-hypergamy. That's awesome. This guy, dude, get some bass in your voice. Like,
yeah,
do something. Take some testosterone. Anything at this point.
Got that low T.
Grow more than a strip of chest hair.
Those are hilarious too. Anyways, yeah. So back to what I was saying. Replacing those commercials with other stars. Oh my god! You know who would be great in that?
Again, he's not gay. He's just Christian. This is like a Sunday school
he's gay,
teacher.
He's gay for Jesus. Come on.
Yeah, basically.
Is he Christian? I don't know
yeah.
that.
Oh, for sure. Remember the last one was the transgender video, and he was all.
I mean, not not all anti-trans people are Christian.
But this guy is. I'm not willing to say he isn't. I'm putting my money in that camp. Okay.
I think he's certainly right leaning. He's made some anti-Hillary videos, so I would maybe guess that.
Someone just accused him of being a kitty fucker.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Not at all.
That is Chris Pratt or Ryan Reynolds. I mean, that's better than Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis is getting old. Like if he did that.
I like how he's rambling like.
Now he's backstepping. What are we doing? Why is this video?
He's like, oh my God, Ryan Reynolds, Chris Pratt.
He only has 30 seconds left. Fuck.
He did that. He probably has gray hair, like pubics from his chest in the. Oh, that'd be funny to see him in there. A guy your pubes stuck in the throat.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the face of adult ADD. That's what this is. This is. I can't even do another 30 seconds. That's it. That is
he was saying it'd be funny in the Hardee's commercial if Bruce Willis
choked on his own
one
pubic
of his
hair.
gray chest hairs.
What the fuck?
How random can you get?
That was just too much.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry. You know what? I think we're gonna do one more to round it out.
All right.
And that will be Tomi Lahren. Yep. Might as well drag our feet through this subject.
Nope. I'm skipping your intro. I am not listening to that shit. Nope. Here we go.
Back for final thoughts. There are many ailments facing the world today, but we aren't talking about those. Oh no, we are once again talking about bathrooms.
I wonder why. We're only talking about it because you're talking about it.
Clickbait.
She's always clickbait.
Hold your pee.
Barbie
Clearly, the
Hitler.
Justice Department has nothing better to do than continually harass law enforcement and conservative governors. Yes, the department's top civil rights lawyer gave the state 3 whole days to stop enforcing HB 2. Well, time is up and North Carolina isn't falling back. No, Governor McCrory is doubling down, giving the Justice Department that 2-ply treatment. Here's the deal.
The 2-ply treatment. Oh no. The puns have come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is ridiculous. You guys are you just described the problem. The problem is that douche hole isn't falling back on this. He has no leg to stand on at this point. Just end it. It's only a fiasco because you made it a fiasco. Don't go blaming people who are like, yeah, could we use the bathroom? Like, how dare you use the bathroom? It's like, oh, and suddenly it's those people's fault.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, ironically, I don't think I could hate fuck her because of her voice, but I will say that one of my earliest tweets was essentially admitting that I felt that way about Ann Coulter, and to this day, there's exactly 50% of my being that wants to fuck her and 50% of my being that wants to strangle her as I fuck her. I'm not sure if that's healthy or says more about her or me, but that's how I feel, so...
This isn't about North Carolina or its bathrooms. This is bigger. This is yet another example of the Obama administration trampling over states' rights and Congress in order to advance his liberal agenda. And wouldn't it be nice if Obama was as concerned with our soldiers?
You guys are sounding more and more like the Tantric Messiah every day. Just stop.
Or like Alex Jones.
Yeah, like it's Obama pushing his liberal left agenda. Like Obama is not this extreme leftist.
No.
Have you seen where he like ranks on the political scale? He leans right for the most part. How ridiculous.
Airmen, operators, and Marines overseas, as he seems to be with where transgenders take a crap. For those on the loving left that keep hammering away at this thing as some kind of a big...
So wait, if he was more concerned with... Oh, geez, there's another screen cap. If he was more concerned with the lives of Marines, like, what's he supposed to do? Like, what are you talking about? He is concerned. That's why we're not, like, sending the Marines to fight ISIS.
Yeah.
As he was concerned with transgenders taking a crap. Like, has Obama even said anything about this?
I honestly don't know.
He doesn't play a role in this. This is being fought at like a state level.
Yeah, I honestly,
How ridiculous.
In all honesty, I just do not know if he's said anything because I haven't been keeping up real tight with this.
Knowing Obama, he'll say something when it's over, and he'll be on the side that won.
Yeah, basically. Yes.
But in this bitch's mind, Obama's like this great leftist revolutionary who's like leading the charge against states' rights.
Yeah.
What a delusional twat.
Operation aimed at the transgender community. You're wrong. It's not really the drag queens they're worried about in North Carolina. It's the creeps that will use it to self-identify as whatever gender will get them closer to their victims. That's the thing.
Oh, jeez.
It's a slippery slope.
Nose is getting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those creeps. I'm sure they're going to have a lot of luck in a public bathroom.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure the rape statistics are just going to go through the roof. It's just going to be pure anarchy.
That's the thing. I actually saw on Facebook a couple days ago. There was a fucking story about like an 8-year-old getting choked out and dragged into a bathroom stall. And luckily, I guess the man did it, and her mother was in another stall in the bathroom.
What an idiot!
And she like shouted or something, and like some people rushed in, and of course, I can't imagine things ended well for him.
Yeah, no.
But that being said, people were sharing that story and saying this is why we can't have transgenders in our bathroom. This was in Chicago. They already don't have transgender bathrooms. This was just a normal bathroom where a lunatic, ignoring the sign, walked in and just did his normal lunacy.
Yeah, there's that. I like how she's saying like this doesn't have anything to do with being against transgenders. It's like really why do you guys classify it as that then? And then she's like, it's not us hating on the drag queens. That'd be like saying, look, we're not anti-gay, but fuck them faggots. Like,
yeah.
What? How can you balance these two thoughts? If I could even call them
poorly.
Thoughts. And call me old-fashioned, but I still believe the thing in your pants really isn't up for negotiation. Hell, why don't we all just start self-identifying for perks? Tomorrow I'll park in a handicapped spot and self-identify as someone with disabilities. And the next day, maybe get a spray tan and self-identify as another.
Of course.
Actually, it's working for her. She identifies as a news anchor.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And she gets paid for it.
I wish I had that kind of privilege.
I think you're already receiving perks for pretend time. Yeah, I'm not anti-Semitic, but gas the Jews.
This is step 2 in the argument. It's always like, oh shit, I don't really have any good arguments for the actual thing we're talking about. Quick, let's bring up the woman who was like pretending to be black. Let's bring up, I might take someone's disability. I might take the handicapped parking spot.
Yeah.
Like, show me one example of that happening. How ridiculous. Do you have any idea what they do to people who have like stolen honor in this country?
Yeah, seriously.
Do you think anyone would stand for that? Fuck no, they wouldn't.
How is she always this? How does she manage to even put together 3 minutes?
I'm amazed because she really doesn't say anything. She has like one talking point and beats it to death.
Yeah, and then she'll talk forever.
Oh, I couldn't imagine being in the same room as her.
The race so I can reap those benefits too? Or am I not allowed to say that? Not politically correct? Does it make you uncomfortable when I say that? Well, free-for-all bathrooms make...
No, a lot makes me uncomfortable, but you just make me sad.
What's funny about the politically correct thing is like this is the same person to be like, oh, fuck those feminists, and they're always talking about rape culture, but then they're the first people to say like, oh no, here's the rape culture right here. It's pedos in the bathroom. Yeah. It's like you guys, you've become exactly what you were criticizing. You don't even understand what you're criticizing. That's why you're such worthless allies on the few subjects we agree on.
And another derp face.
The folks in North Carolina uncomfortable. This isn't an anti-gay law, not to me. Also, Target and private businesses should be able to do whatever they want with their bathrooms. If you want to put a water park in your bathroom, knock yourself out. And I don't.
Sick. Tomi wants water parks and bathrooms. Let's do it.
Yeah, Tomi, we're gonna hit the water park.
Fucking, they got it right, dude. They have it right.
She gets a bombastic too. She's pretty much turning out as another
awesome.
jank.
That's awesome. It really is. That's amazing. Yeah, you're right. Let's just have fucking water parks in the bathrooms. That's kick ass.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even be mad at that. Sure.
I don't care where
She got me on her side fast.
Caitlyn Jenner goes to the bathroom. It's not about him or her. This is about privacy, those that will abuse it, and states' rights.
Please don't talk like
excuses.
that. Just don't talk like that. Have harder arguments than this. These are soft arguments. These are ideological and ideologue arguments. These are not hard arguments.
I expect these are the arguments that always come up. It's like, okay, privacy, all right, states' rights, yawn. What about the children? Next. What a terrible appeal.
Yeah.
Fairness and justice for every American sounds great. Keep pushing that lovely message when an abuser strolls into your daughter's gender-fluid bathroom or locker room. I don't believe.
See, they always try and conflate the two.
Yes, and actually, it was people who were opposed to trans people coming into the bathrooms who wanted to have a gender-neutral bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Not the trans people. They didn't want the closet down the hall with a piss bucket. They wanted to go into whatever bathroom they chose. So how ludicrous.
Believe in safe spaces, but bathrooms and locker rooms are where us reasonable folks would like to have a safe space. Those on the left.
Wow. Wow.
Awesome.
You know what? I'm sorry. Bathrooms are not safe spaces. I've been in many public bathrooms.
Yeah,
They're always filled with creeps.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of public bathrooms. They've never been safe spaces, dear.
They are filled with filthy, degenerate creeps. Get used to it. Get used to living among other people.
Wow. This is another real human.
After all about feelings, while the rest of us just don't want to get raped in the bathroom. Those are my final thoughts. Oh, and I hear Beyonce is in Dallas tonight, so good luck out there, B. God bless, and until tomorrow night.
Did she just give a nod to Beyonce?
Yeah, like Beyonce even cares.
That's a weird move, man.
One of the things that she got a lot of news coverage for recently was criticizing Beyonce's Super Bowl performance. So that's weird. I don't know. Is she good with Beyonce now?
Yeah, Trump will make water parks great again. Water park bathrooms for all.
Hell, if that was like Trump's #1 position, I might have to vote for him.
Once upon a time, a man got elected by promising, a chicken in every pot? Trump will get elected promising a water park in every bathroom, damn it.
So, Mr. Trump, what do you think about this whole trans bathroom issue? Well, let me tell you, it's going to be huge. We're going to put water slides in every park.
Everyone will be so distracted, they won't even know who's coming or going, male, female, dick tuck, no one will care. There'll be slides everywhere. It'll be huge.
And we'll make the Mexicans pay for it.
No, you make the transgenders pay for it, obviously.
Make the like, what, 1%?
Yeah,
of the country
0.3%. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Take care.
Okay. Yeah, fuck off.
Music.
Fuck you. You're terrible.
Music
You're the
and
worst.
big ass quotes. Music. Goodbye, Tomi.
Build a wall around the water park. Oh my god. So, I'm trying to think. We can maybe do.
Yeah, we'll slide one more in. Rob, are you implying she doesn't already make her male counterparts pee in woods? I guarantee Bill's never used the bathroom in her house, and it's her house. That's why he goes and has sex with young women. It's all interlocked, really.
Well, we have the short one with John from the Young Turks. If you'd like to do that.
Where is it now?
John, whatever his name is, Ayad, whatever his name is, I can't pronounce it. Yeah, you were just on it.
And it took the media a very long time to.
Oh, this poor bastard. All right.
This guy's also a relative of Carl the Cuck.
Bill uses the Monica.
The Monica.
To actually come to grips with these stories, realize that they're important, that they're newsworthy, and to start to report on them. that these people who are fleeing places like, most notably perhaps Syria, but also...
Let's bring up the war-torn region, and then we're just going to be like, but most notably all these brown people. That's what matters.
Yeah, I mean, look, they all look the same. They probably all come from this region,
for
right?
real,
That's not
if
racist,
you can't disinterlace an Afghani from a Syrian, you're in trouble, friend.
There's a lot of
in all seriousness, if you can't just visually tell the difference between your average citizen, not your pocket groups that exist in both these regions, but your average Syrian and your average, Afghani, they look wildly different. So even that looking the same thing is uber racist in this case.
Yeah. And I don't know the exact statistics, but they've shown that a lot, probably even a majority of the refugees aren't coming from Syria.
No, the vast majority
and
aren't.
They're not even really refugees. They're more economic migrants.
Yes, exactly.
Places in North Africa and other parts of the Middle East as well were dying in huge numbers. And even then, once they started to report on it, that was very quickly replaced with an incredibly American-centric storyline of, well, should we allow any into America? If so, how many? Is 2,000 enough? Is 60,000 too many? Can we trust even the children to not be terrorists?
Who would have thought that this story, which has been big in the media, like it's mentioned and people have already kind of drawn their conclusions about it? That's so shocking to me, really.
Yeah, I really struggle with this concept. First and foremost, that you have a very short view of history if you think children can never be used as weapons. They have been up into the 1970s in Vietnam. Children have been weapons around the world because children are easy to convince.
There's child soldiers argument. Right now in Africa.
It's a silly argument. It really well and truly is.
Did they forget about Coney? How could you forget about Coney?
From ISIS. And that is what the stories rapidly began. And the recognition of the incredible danger that these people were willing to undergo to improve their lives was quickly forgotten. The deaths were quickly put back into the closet. We would not talk about them.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Wow,
that was brief. That was brief.
Yeah, that was brief. Well, that's something I clipped out and put on my other channel.
Oh, yeah? Fair enough.
Yeah. Which means I had to actually watch that whole clip, which was like 6 minutes. So you're welcome. Yeah, I think we'll probably call it there because I do have places to be tonight. But thank you to everyone who joined us. Thank you to Hagbar for running the show. Sorry we could not get our guest on tonight. That will be on Thursday. So check in again on Thursday, and that should be going through.
Yup.
But yeah, do you have any final thoughts, Hagbar?
No, this is a good time.
Absolutely. Good
Thanks
show.
everyone for joining us.
Yep. Subscribe, I guess, if you haven't, and see you next time.
And check out the Bondage Chicken.
Yes, go back to the Bondage Chicken.
Bondage Chicken it is.
Oh my God, that's what Kill the Fear was fapping to.
Seriously, man, that's sexy. That is a sexy chicken, and the knife right there for threatening it. You want to get yeah,
dangerous.
You feel that cold blade against the chicken flesh.
So good.
Bye, everyone.